the first question, it says plot the number on the number line and find the distance. So I put a point on +4 and +9. Then I need to find the distance between numbers, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -2, +3. I need to find the distance between the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -6 and -8, I put dots on those two numbers. My distance for that would be 2. Then on the next question, B, it wants you to find the distance without plotting the points. Does anybody know how far 12 is from 10?
You have to have, I apologize.
2? How far is -3 from 3? Opposite values, I add them up and get 6. Good. -11 from -10 is 1 apart. Distances are positive values. We're not putting negatives. We're just finding how far apart they are. Question C. What is the distance between -1 and all the other points? Write your answer as a list. So how far is every point from this one? How far is -5 from -1? 4 away. How far is -1 from +1? 2. 3. 4 again. I'm gonna run out of colors. How far is -1 from 9? 10. And all the way to this one would be 11. Just because I couldn't. That's a lot of. But we're just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, which makes sense because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 distances from -1. Then it says, what is the total of all the distances? 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 10 plus 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23, 23 plus 11 is 34. Then when it wants the average numbers, I'm going to take the total and divide it by the number of numbers, which looks weird. So I'm going to take 34 and divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers that were added up together. 34 divided by 6, 5.6666. So I'm going to round it to 5.7. Questions on distance? Turn the page. Next, it says, plot the data on the grid and draw a line of best fit for the data. I'm going to plot my dots. So I have 1, is up 40. 2 is up 50. 4 is up 65. 5 is up 70. 6 is up 75. 9 is up 90. After I have clicked on all the dots, I will then draw a line of best fit. So I click on all my dots. Then I'm going to draw a line of best fit. The goal is to try and get my line to equally go with these dots. 90. It is a line of best fit, which means it won't exactly hit all of the dots. You're just trying to make it fit your best. Then I will answer the question. If a student studies for 3 hours, this linear model predicts they will score points on the test. How many points would you predict that they would score? 1 was at 40, 2 was at 50, then I went to 65, 70, 75 to 90. It's a prediction. 55. 55? Let's check 3. 55 would be in here. And remember, it is a prediction. Would anybody think that it would be a little bit higher than 55? What would you have said it is? Wait, it would
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 hours, 95. That would make sense. 10 hours. Yeah, because it looks like the line would hit about 95 for 10. Yeah. We were predicting 3, so the prediction was 55. You could do 55 and between 60 to estimate, depending on where your line goes. Any questions? Next question, it says, find the linear regression and correlation. It also gives us our calculator.
I was getting mad yesterday when I was doing my homework.
To 3 decimal places? Really? Will you show me when we're done with notes? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to enter in my table as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so I have all of my data entered in from the table on our notes from question B. I then scroll down, and I'm going to copy this information onto my assignment. Oops. If you did not get this linear section written down, it is copied onto my paper if you'd like to copy it onto yours. From here, for the linear regression, we are creating the line of best fit. So I would say y equals m x plus b. So this piece right here, I filled in for b. This m, I filled in right here for my slope. And I didn't need to round it because it only had 2 decimal places. It then asks for correlation. Correlation is r equals negative 0.8296. And if I need to round it, I would say r equals negative 0.86 would round 9 up, which would make it 10, which would make this a 3. All right, so the problem we had with the assignment was the rounding. Just getting mad about rounding. Did anybody else have that issue? So I will check the rounding on the homework to make sure. After notes. Next question is solving a system. I'm going to use substitution for the first. I'm going to take this value and plug it in for y. So I'm replacing the y. Then distribute the 6 in. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Combine. 30 minus 7 is 23x. Add 12. That's negative 23. And what happens when I divide by 23? What would the answer be for x? Double check. Negative 1. Why is it negative 1?
Because it's a negative number.
Negative 23. Divide by 23 would leave it as a negative 1. I then take my value. Plug negative 1 in to find the y. What is negative 5 times negative 1? 5. 5 plus 2. X, comma, y. Turn the page. We have a review of elimination. I need to get my values to match for my x. So I'm going to multiply the top by 5 and the bottom by 3. 5 times 3 is 15x. 5 times 5 is 25y. 5 times 20 is 100. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 21 is 63. There is a problem. They still don't eliminate. I need to fix it so they will. I leave the top alone, but I'm going to change all of the signs on the bottom. Positive 15 becomes negative. Positive 12 becomes negative. Positive 63 becomes negative. They now eliminate. I can combine my like terms. Then I divide. Y is a negative 1. Pick one equation and plug negative 1 in for y. Which equation looks easier to you? 3x minus 5y or the 5x plus 4? 3x minus 5y equals 20. When I plug that negative 1 in, what's 5 times negative 1? Positive. Good. I then get rid of the 5. Three x equals 20 minus 5 is 15. and then divide. X, comma, y. The last section is reviewing graphing qualities. For my first equation, I have 4x plus 2. What does this sign mean my dash? Will it be dashed or solid?
Dash.
It will be dashed, there's no equal sign. And I will shade down because it's less. That was all pulled just from looking at the sign. Then I need 2 points. What happens if I plug a 0 in right here? What's 4 times 0? 0 plus 2? 2. What if I plug a 1 in? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is? Will 6 fit on my graph?
No.
I'm going to plug a -1 in. 4 times -1 is -4. -4 plus 2? -2. Won't fit on graph, that's why it didn't work. So 0, 2, click. -1, down 2, click. Dashed line. Shade below. Then I do the same thing for y is greater than -2x plus 1. I look at my sign, it's dashed. This time I shade where, because it's greater, shade above. If I plug in a 0, -2 times 0 goes away, 0 plus 1 is 1. If I plug a 1 in, -2 times 1 is -2. -2 plus 1 is -1. I don't have to plug more points in because they fit. 0, 1, 1 down 1, dash it, and shade above. So it overlaps in this section. If you are using a calculator, you would just plug numbers in to right there. Same thing on the blue. You are more than welcome to use a calculator. You just need to plug your numbers in for the X to find your points. Second graph. Y is less than half of X plus 2. Dash. Shade down. If I plug a 0 in, the half becomes a 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. What happens if I plug a 1 in? 1 times a half is 1/2. 1/2 plus 2. I get a decimal. Let's try it. Plug in 2. What's half of 2? 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. You can try the decimal if you want. I personally don't like graphing them. I would then click 0, 2, 2 up 3, dash the line, and shade down. Y is greater than negative x minus 1. Dashed. Shade up. When I plug a 0 in, negative 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 1 would be negative 2. 0 down 1, click. 1 down 2, click. Dash the line. And shade up. So it overlaps in this section of my graphs.